Hello and welcome to another episode of the e-commerce coffee break podcast. Today we want to find out why the influencer game is no longer paid or organic. And what that means, we'll dive really deep into that. Joining me on the show today is Danil Saliukov. He is the CEO and co-founder of Insense, a leading UGC and influencer marketing platform, partnering with Meta, TikTok, TikTok Shop, and other platforms. With over a decade in business development, B2B sales, and in the market space, he helps e-commerce brands connect with top UGC creators and micro-influencers to drive growth through authentic content and affiliate marketing. So I want to dive into this, and I want to welcome to the show. Hi, Daniel. How are you today?
Hey, Klaus. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very well. Great to have you on the show. So you say working with influencers isn't just about paid or organic anymore. What does that mean for brands?
Yeah, I think many brands, they're approaching influencer marketing primarily from organic perspective, meaning that pay per post or affiliate game or just a gifting campaign. And nothing wrong with that. Moreover, I think the whole space of influencer marketing is strikes back right now, meaning that TikTok Shop changed the game, right? It's also showcasing us how e-commerce brand they can partner up with influencers and drive not only impressions but also real sales. Though at the same time, even on TikTok Shop right now, if you're approaching the whole game with only organic perspective, meaning that I'm going to be paying to influencer some money for the post, and then I'm going to be doing the gifting campaigns and then affiliate campaigns. I really winning. I really top of the mind in top 100 of brands in your space. I believe not, and the reason why because paid acquisition is one of the most scalable way how to get your clients, and you can actually inject the best things coming from influencers into your paid strategies while you're doing organic. So you can partner up with influencers and you can leverage their content in your ads. And as we know that after iOS 14, creatives are the most important part in paid advertising. That's number one. And secondly, you can also scale influencer whitelisting campaigns, meaning that you can bring influencer identity in your paid advertising. So that's why it's not longer about only organic when it comes to influencers, but it's also not only about paid. Right now, you need to put a mix.
No, that makes perfectly sense. I want to dive a little bit more in this whitelisting topic. I haven't heard about this before. Explain to me how it works and what the outcome can be.
Absolutely. So whitelisting as a concept is where you can whitelist influencer handles directly to your Facebook Ads Manager that allow you to run the ads on behalf of influencer handles. Though you're going to be managing the whole campaign budget and everything, so the setup is going to be yours, right? So the way how it works, you would be establish this connection with influencers that is will be coming with their permission, and instead of running the, let's say, d2cbrand.com, like your brand handle, it will be running as the influencer, let's say Klaus, with d2cbrand.com. So in that case, it actually drives the best outcome. And the reason why many brands, especially top brands, they're experimenting with that is because it just drives a different angle. When you, as the user of Instagram, let's say you're just scrolling and swiping content, the easiest way to approach this audience is coming from the other human, right? That's why the way how I explain it is just a one more multiple for your efforts. So when you're running the paid ads, you can run and you can get the content from the influencer, and that would be one of the dimension. And the number of creatives and copy, that's the only lever that you can play with the amount of the content and the outcome that you can get. Though imagine you're doing absolutely the same content coming from the influencer, same audience, same setup, different copy paste, different content, right? Though you're going to be multiple by twice, using that not only from the brand handle, but also using the whitelisted access, meaning that influencer handle. So you're just basically feeding twice more ad sets to Facebook. And as we know right now, we need to feed more information to Meta. So in that case, they can justify what's going to be the winner. So you just multiple your efforts. And you know what, like you already have done the heavy lifting. Working with the influencer is a heavy lifting to negotiate, to get the content. And this is the heavy lifting. Getting the access to influencer handle actually it could be automated by solutions like Insense.
Hmm. I think there's a lot of synergy effects in there. And I like the approach. You get the best of both worlds. You get the power of paid ads and you get the content from UGC creators, from influencers, and merge that together, but still it's manageable. So you have a tool to really manage these campaigns, which in the past was a lot of like herding fleas. You had different areas that you need to manage and they never came together. I want to talk a little bit about finding the right content creators, the right influencers. I think that's a very difficult task for a lot of brands out there. How would you approach this?
My God, there are different ways how to approach that. It really depends on objectives. Uh, for instance, if you are looking for partner up with influencers more from the beta perspective, meaning that getting the better content, the UGC style, as well as the whitelisted ads, this is like one of the way how you're going to be approaching, because in that case, you're going to be less care about how many followers do they have, what is the quality of the followers, because in the end of the day, you're going to be leveraging a paid, and in that case, you can target to some custom audience. It's meaningless, right? So but when it comes to partnering with influencers from the organic perspective, meaning gifting campaigns, affiliate campaigns, I think the quality of the audience is definitely a number one priority that you want to aim for. So that really depends on the objective. But in the nutshell, I would say the number one, if you're smaller brands, the way how I would be approaching, if you're looking for UGC creators, I'll go to just Twitter and seeing all of this UGC creator. You're going to be typing in, you'll see a lot of UGC creators. Yeah, it's going to be the question about the quality of some of the folks, even though they have portfolio, maybe that they are not good in communications or whatever, but it's at least like you're not paying any subscriptions for any softwares out there. But when it comes to the influencer marketing, one of the way how to establish the search is by like looking for the hashtags, similar profiles inside of the Instagram or TikTok, or just leveraging the native TikTok creator marketplace. This is like all cheap solutions. Though if you're a brand who is doing above 1 million in annual revenue, I would say those solutions are going to be not really scalable. So in that case, I would be considering to use specific software or marketplaces where you can find influencers based on the different categories, gender, age, audience quality, filter group. So those are really important, and that's going to be providing a lot of efficiency and speed to your search. For us, I think one of the most advantages is that we have built 60,000 vetted network of vetted creators. So in that case, we not only know that those creators are actually like exist and they're open to communication and brand collabs, but also they have some ranking there, like Uber driver, right? You see that what was the performance on the marketplace. You will see the pages. Some of the creators are top creators, some of them rising stars, right? At the same time, you would be able to see the first party data about the audience because they connected their profiles via TikTok and Instagram. So in that case, it's a real data that is coming directly from the platforms. That would be my suggestion. But again, it's really depends on the objectives and your budget and stage of the company.
No, I like what you do with Insense because there you have a lot of KPIs where you basically can see if that is a trustworthy creator. I think a lot of brands have been burned in the past years ago by just looking at followers and likes and whatever came from the creator. And then at the end of the day, they run a campaign and the outcome was basically zero. Now with your system, that has completely changed. I want to talk about, I think this is the most important part is the brief. How do you brief your creator so that they can deliver the right content? What's your approach there? What's best practice?
Yeah, but again, everything starts from the objectives, right? What I'm trying to get out of this. So let's say our approach would be if you're trying to get creative that primarily usage is going to be in paid, we would recommend to provide really detailed script for call to action and hook, because creators and influencers, they are not professional marketers. So it's your job to educate and to provide those things, because again, hook and call to action is the most important part inside of the ad creative.
Right.
But for the body, you can keep it flexible. But when it comes to more like organic approach, so if we are aiming to partner up with the influencers from that perspective, let's say just the driving brand awareness, or maybe it's a affiliate deal or TikTok shop. So in that case, I would be providing way more flexibility and not really providing any scripts, because in that case, influencers, they know how to speak to their audience, or the audience that likely will react on the post, right? So in that case, I wouldn't avoid trying to script anything. It's more about like the guidance that you need to provide with. So it's really important to remember that you need to mention about certain unique value of your product, unique like key feature basically of your product that they need to highlight. But just remember that if you're trying to feed more information inside of one video, one brief for the creatives, so basically you're putting everything meaningless. So meaning that if it's a sugar-free and that's the topic that you want to describe inside of this creative, say just sugar-free. Do not bring anything else that it has also protein and has the collagen. Like, just doesn't make sense. So it's better to have like 3 different briefs or 3 different asks for the same creator window. So one of them is going to be, let's play around sugar-free. That's going to be something that it's really important to say and mention. The second one is going to be about protein. Once you're trying to fit everything at once, you basically make the feeling of the customer who's going to be scrolling this video that, oh, is it like about sugar-free? Is it about protein? It's what this is about. So that's why my recommendation is going to be always focus on one thing as well as the one call to action. If you want to sell, so in that case, you need to provide a special offer right now to sell, to click, and so on. If you want to educate, just educate and then ask them to go to website and accomplish some quiz to get some bonuses, future bonuses, whatever. So it's really important for the call to action is also not trying to put everything at once. So just one idea, just one problem, one solution inside of the video.
I think it's very good marketing advice that you just gave. The one call to action, I think most people have heard about that, and then they still try to cram as many benefits and features as they can get into text, into audio as they can. And people have a limited attention span. I think really focusing on one feature, on one benefit with one call to action definitely works best. So for our listeners, listen to that again. That's gold. Now, I want to talk a little bit about TikTok Shop and other retail platforms. Merchants out there might not necessarily have a TikTok Shop, so they want to drive traffic from TikTok off platform, like to Shopify or Amazon. Is that possible? What would you recommend?
Yeah, we've been a partner of TikTok Shop for over a year in both agency and tech specialty. So learning a ton from our customers and from TikTok Shop team itself. So we've been observed that many Amazon sellers, they have been driving traffic from TikTok to Amazon product pages. And the key goal was not even driving the sales. I mean, some of them, they were trying to drive the sales, but I don't believe that it was a huge success. The key thing actually, and the most smart marketers, the reason why they have done this is because they were trying to drive external traffic to a product page, and Amazon search engine will recognize as the external traffic, and it's highly appreciated. And moreover, you can partner up with the influencers. They're going to be post this organically. People will follow, and then you can boost that in Spark ads, which is TikTok's whitelisting ads. Though like it's a paid ads, Amazon will still recognize that it's organic and appreciate this again the most. So that's why it's more about like how to increase the product page ranking rather than driving the sales. TikTok Shop has changed the game. That's what we've been observed a lot, because right now you don't need to drive the traffic. The whole transaction, the whole like journey of a customer could be happening within the same platform. So you can identify the product, whether it's coming from the influencers who are acting as the affiliates or from the just TikTok shop pages, right? You can just observe this content and then, oh, it's interesting. This wherever like supplement brand, it's interesting for me. So and then you can purchase this product right away. You can pay for that. It's going to be shipped to you. The shipment information is going to be saved as well as the payment information. So basically, it's a seamless. It's like Amazon. Imagine like Amazon plus TikTok. That's exactly TikTok Shop, right? At the same time, what we've been observing that, and TikTok Shop team is hate to hear that, but it's unfortunately it's true that it didn't become the only sales channel for merchants, but so also it became a new way how to find new audiences for you. So what I'm saying here is that instead of expecting that TikTok Shop will become for you a huge sales channel that you're going to be getting tons of the sales right away within the first year, and you will put this for the Shopify, Amazon, and then TikTok Shop as a channel. Many merchants, again, they're approaching this about how to tap into the audience that you cannot target them on Facebook ads. You cannot find them on Amazon. The only place that this audience is live, and it's TikTok for whatever reason. It's a younger generation or it's even an older generation, but they spend more time on TikTok and they're not going really on Amazon to browse for the new products. Though like on TikTok, they're open to that. So what a lot of merchants, they've been observed that even though many folks, they are not accomplish the full transaction right away on TikTok shop, though they've been recognized the spikes on Amazon sales because of TikTok Shop. So some of the merchants, they actually, what they have done, and there were a few case studies out there in the market. They stopped doing any marketing on Amazon. They pushed hard on TikTok Shop, and you would surprise, there is a huge spike that is coming from to Amazon. No links to Amazon, zero. But people discovered the product on TikTok Shop. They're starting considering the product, and once they feel that, oh wow, yeah, I'm down, like I'll try this creatine supplement, right? And they go to Amazon, type it in, go and purchase. So this is the influence of TikTok Shop. I truly believe that it will become one of the main sales channel. But at the same time, you can also consider that it's the additional booster to existing sales channels.
That is so interesting. I think that also shows that you cannot really plan a customer journey because the customer, they do what they feel best. And if they have more trust in putting their credit card details, or maybe they have Amazon premium accounts and just prefer buying on Amazon, the discovery happens on TikTok. So I think that's very, very interesting there. Also might have direct influence on where you put your marketing budget, because Amazon is a very expensive marketing platform with Amazon ads. So you might be better off, as you said, not spending on Amazon, but put it into TikTok. Now, with Insense, you help on the whole UGC creator journey. And the last part is obviously paying affiliates, paying creators, influencers. How does that work? What's the normal standard procedure there?
For us, there are like different ways how you can partner up with influencers. One of them is just a fixed fee, right? I'm just paying fixed fee for the like either organic posting or just the content. The second one is more like affiliate. So you can partner up with influencers and pay the commission out of the sales, right? And the third one, it's a gifting campaign. So no payments. You're just in exchange of the product, you'll receive either content or organic posting, no strings attached, meaning that some of the influencers, they might receive the product and never get back to you. But it's actually, it's a good news because you just identify those influencers that you don't want to work with further with a really little investment if your product is not high AUV. But anyway, so there are like different ways how it works. When it comes to the fixed fee ranking, we've been analyzing thousands of deals that is happening every single month. So last year, I think we were close to 70,000 deals that happened through the marketplace. So we have seen different price points, and we actually put together the recommendations or guide, let's put it like that. Depends on how many pieces of the content for what platform, for what audience, let's say number of followers or whatever, you want to partner up with the influencers. We recommend the price. You can follow that. You can place less price, you can put higher price. It really depends on you. And what we also been observed depends on the how difficult the creative brief to produce the content, how niche your audience, let's say male 50 plus years old, it's niche. And those guys actually charging way more compared with 20 years old women. That's kind of like the point is like if it's coming like a niche, then those folks are going to be pricing you more than the market prices, as well as some of the verticals. So automotive influencers, they're going to be charging more because there are not that many folks who are doing this content. That's kind of things that might influence on the final pricing. But again, like we have a guidance that we can follow, and then it's really up to you whether you're going to be following or not. Because we're open marketplace, you can negotiate the price points directly with influencers and came up with some ideas and so on. Our recommendation is going to be starting with a gifting campaign, especially if you're a smaller brand, because in that case, again, you're going to be selling a lot of products for free, with covering the shipment processes and so on. But at the same time, you're not going to be paying like anything, and it will help you to find those people who genuinely love the product. So that's the reason why they actually circle back with content or even organic posting. Continue working with them, continue exploring, like you can pay some fixed fee to those folks and so on. And for those folks who didn't react, well, they are not good fit for you. So in that case, it helps you to start over. Lastly, I want to also mention that if it's a bigger brand or like already well-known brand in the space, people would be open to less pricing because they want to put your name in their portfolio. Let's say if L'Oreal is coming, they're kind of like ready to work with that, especially like smaller ones, almost for free, because it's great to mention that you partner up with a L'Oreal, right? Again, it's not applicable for the bigger brands, bigger influencers, sorry, because bigger influencers, they're going to be charge you, but they already have L'Oreal and other bigger brands in that space that allow them to say like why they're going to be charging you more.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, I think we have good advice here for influencers themselves, how to attract a bigger brand, and also for bigger brands on how to get more. And I like the approach to just gifting them and sort of the rotten apples, get rid of them very, very quickly. So I think that's a great tip there. Now, you mentioned you have done a ton of brand deals there. Who's your perfect customer?
For us, perfect customer when it comes to the brands, I would say D2C, Shopify, doing above 1 million annual revenue. Those who are spending around 25K on advertising. It could be combined paid social plus influencer spend. It could be only paid social. Definitely the brands who are willing to grow their business and they're looking for different ways how to make it more efficient, scalable. And those folks who have a team member or an agency who is willing to work with influencers. So basically influencer marketing and UGC, it became for them essential part of their strategy. So that's why they're ready to invest their time. I can provide you a different example who is not ideal customer profile. It's a smaller brand. They're doing, let's say, 250K. They're growing. They're ready to go. Though it's a two-man show, meaning that two co-founders, they might hiring one more person for something. They don't have like any capabilities. And whenever we're asking who's going to be managing the conversation with 50 influencers that they are supposed to hire on Insense, they're saying, oh, me as the owner because I'm CMO. Well, you as the CMO, you need to build your brand. You need to make sure that your paid agencies working well. You need to make sure that email marketing work well and the whole life cycle retention loops are there for your brand. you don't want to chat with the 50 influencers. It just like doesn't make sense. So that's why this is a completely opposite. That's the feel that for those brands who are actually practically saying that Insense is a not great solution for you right now, come to back to us like a bit later. Try to go to Bilo or like Trend.io, like all of this like smaller um, uh, platforms, because they are good starters. The quality is questionable. The level of key studies that you can and like capabilities is way less, but it's good to start. Instance is more about solution for the scaling. So that's why we even name some of our competitors saying that do not pay to Instance, like you're not going to be getting the value. So ideal customer profile for us, it's a bit bigger brand, like let's say 1 million plus.
Yeah, I think that's a very honest feedback there. And I think, as you mentioned, having the time, because you build up a community and a relationship with your influencers. In best case scenario, you want to work with them long term. So you need to have the time, and it's not just a side gig. Could you share some success stories or case studies? You don't need to name the brands or who has worked with you and what kind of results they saw.
Absolutely. So one of the brand, they were able to partner up with hundreds of influencers doing the gifting campaigns. So they actually, I don't remember the exact numbers, to be honest. Like it's all available on our website in the case studies section. But those team actually came there and they were saying that we're not going to be reviewing every single video, like every single word there, because it's a saving campaign. We're not paying money for that. So that's why they were approaching that we need to bring a scale and again, just to build the flywheel of getting a lot of UGC as well as the organic presence, and trying to find those influencers who might become ambassadors, affiliates, just influencers that we want to continue working with. So they have built this system where they allocated enough resources. So one dedicated person who is spending the entire time like working inside of the instance. And I think they were managed to get around 100 to 100 deals per month. So like 200 influencers who actually delivered something during the month. And again, it's not big brand. It's not like 9 figures company. I think that they're doing around 5 million annual revenue. So is it possible? Yes, it's possible if you're ready to play hard. Another example is that bigger brand, they actually came to us, Particle. That's the name of the brand. So they actually came to us and they were saying they were paying twice more for whitelisting software. And they were surprised to know that whitelisting is actually included in the subscription of Insense. And it's scalable, it's easy, it makes sense. So they basically save the half of the budget when it comes to the whitelisting only. And they were able to do not only whitelisting on Insense, as opposed to with the other competitor, but they were able to do UGC campaigns or seeding campaigns, anything. And then that's everything is included. So I think that's also showcasing the why Insense is different. Insense has built for creator marketers who are looking for achieving the results in both organic and paid in a really scalable way.
Okay. Talk me through a typical onboarding process of a new customer. How does that work? How long does it take?
It's super fast. And to our surprise, around 50% of new customers, they actually are coming with no product demo. They never talk to any salesperson. So basically, can you start your work on Insense without any touch with our team? Yes, you can. Though we actually almost chasing you to make sure that we're going to be running the onboarding call and making sure that you know the all power of the platform and you can get the most out of this. So basically, once you subscribe with Insense, the first and natural way is to kick off the first creative brief. You need to understand what is the goal and what is the objective for this campaign. Again, like if you're looking for just getting the content, choose the UGC type of the campaign. If you're looking for a seeding campaign, it's a different, right? But once you hit that, you fill out the brief, you put some references, you went this live, and then we're going to be matching to only those creators who are fitting you with these prompts, and they're going to be coming in and applying for this campaign. So they're coming for you. they're going to be there in the applicants tab, and then you can review them, and those creators that you liked, you can hire them and continue the conversation. So it's pretty intuitive and fast.
Okay. It definitely saves a lot of time if the influencers reach out to you instead of you chasing them. But obviously, if you have some preferred influencers, you can still reach out. Now, let's talk about your pricing structure. How do you charge?
We have a subscription because as a software, it's not only marketplace. It's starting from $500 a month, billed quarterly. Because again, we are the solution for the scalability. So that's why I feel that 3 months, it's enough commitment to test out different hypotheses on a platform and really get the feeling whether it's a good fit for you or not. Yeah, that's basically the subscription that will allow you to launch unlimited number of campaigns, unlimited number of creators that you want to hire. You want to hire thousands creators, go for it. You want to hire like just 5, it's up to you. No commitments for the budget to spend on creators. Again, it's up to you. We also have the marketplace fee. So whenever you're hiring creators on the platform, only for the budget that you're going to be paying to the creators, a part of any affiliate fees. We're not touching this. So we are charging 10% marketplace fee. It actually covers the Stripe fee to collect the money from you and then PayPal fee to pay to the creators. So that's why it's all included. But yeah, it's an additional 10% if you're hiring the creators on the platform. So pretty simple.
Okay, that's very simple and straightforward. Cool. Before our coffee break comes to an end today, is there anything that you want to share with our listeners that we haven't covered yet?
I think the whole situation with TikTok ban in the US, and I guess your listeners are not only focusing on the US market, but though like I think some of decent part of your listeners might be focusing on the US market. It's only showed us that it's really important to diversify your channels. So if you're relying only on Meta ads, it's not cool, especially if you're already at the stage of 1 million plus business. If you're relying only on TikTok Shop and working with influencers there as affiliates, again, like it's not cool. You need to try to make sure this influencer is going to be working with you on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts. You need to be presented on multiple destinations, organic, paid, everything. It should be diversified. So you cannot give you the life of your brand and the sellers of your employees to the hands of Amazon. If Amazon is going to be blocking you, you as a business is done, right? So considering to launch like Shopify, Amazon, TikTok Shop, considering to partner up with TikTok Shop affiliates and then moving them to D2C as a D2C affiliates, right? To drive D2C link. So that's kind of like the part of the game. I think the smaller you are, the less you need to focus on because you're also not losing a lot. But once you're becoming a bigger brand, I would be adding one more point to the mix, because otherwise I heard like so many pity stories of Amazon sellers who lost the entire business for just a simple mistake that wasn't even like thoughtful. They were not trying to hack, but for whatever reason, like they've been banned and then like they lost the business like within a second. TikTok Shop, same, and so on and so on. So I think the topic of this year it's diversify.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us. I also have heard a lot of horror stories. Either Facebook account banned, Amazon account banned, and then overnight you lose your business. So diversify, do omni-channel, do omni-marketing, be everywhere. That's the way to save the business. Where can people go to find out more about you guys?
Our website, insense.pro. We are publishing a lot of blog posts, case studies, so trying to be really helpful, as well as ebooks with partnership with other SaaS companies or like agencies. Also LinkedIn or Twitter. So same Insense. Or me, like I'm personally posting a lot about what I've been observed on the market and so on, about my founder's story on LinkedIn and Twitter. So you can find using my name, Danil Saliukov.
Cool. I will put the links in the show notes as always, then you're just one click away. Daniel, thanks so much for your time today. I think UGC, creator, influencer marketing is one of the most important marketing channels going forward. And I hope a lot of people will reach out to you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks so much, Klaus.